ADA, we start with daily chart. First of all, we refer to my last analysis. Then, because we have been looking for the buy and there was opportunity to look for buy, and we want to see how we can manage it. Then from there, we want to see how we can look for the next trade. First things, if we refer to our analysis, we have been looking for the flat. And since we know most of the charts, they have a similar movement, and we mentioned we want to see whether we can look at this one as a for the last wave or not. That's why I mentioned the best things, what I'm looking for, if the price can retest the one, then any reversal from there, we can look for buy. As we can, the price retest the one, but it couldn't break the or retest the previous low. That's why we cannot really point on the divergence. But as what we expected, I mentioned if the price retest or one or at least near to the previous low, any reversal from there, we can look for buy. And the only way was to look for buy, looking for the sharp move flag. For ADA, the trade setup was quite different because it depends where the traders they looked at it. I mean, took the trade. Whether they look at this one as a short move flag, if anyone get the trade from here, they should move their stop loss to break even. They shouldn't keep this trade without the stop loss. If they cannot, they should take out the trade in a small profit. But the best things to look for trade, whoever get the trade from here, because there was a reversal with the correction, and the best opportunity, whoever get the trade based on 15 minutes. If we move to 15 minutes, there was a really good trade setup to look for. All right, because based on 15 minutes, this is where we could call it the short move flag. All right. Now the question is where we could, I mean, the traders, they took the trade. If we move to 1 hour chart, whether they look at this one as a reversal, they take the trade from here, or they take the trade from this flag. Whoever get the trade from any of this, that's mean from here, they can move their stop loss to 1.14, somewhere around here. At least they can book this profit. Okay, but whoever get the trade from here, this is where they consider as a short move flag. As I mentioned, either move their stop loss to break even or they take out the trade. They shouldn't keep the trade. If anyone who get the anyone get the trade from here, they shouldn't keep the trade without the stop loss. Okay. By the way, this is the reasons I mentioned for ADA the reversal was quite different from the XRP, Bitcoin, and ETH because when we talk, I mentioned about the reversal as a short move flag. When we refer to the ADA, this is where we could call it a short move flag. But based on the experience, when we see this kind of the reversal, also we could get the trade, and the best things was to get the trade from here, as I mentioned, based on 15 minutes. Okay. Now, as I mentioned, whoever get a trade, move their stop loss to break even or book some profit. And it depends where they get. If they get a trade from here, at least move their stop loss to 1.14. And now we move to daily chart. We want to see how we can look at the chart. The first thing is, as I mentioned earlier, we mentioned we have been looking for the flat. That's why since the price was within this move, I mentioned I'm more interested to price retest the previous low, at least one, then any reversal from there, I will take the trade. And now we want to see whether we can look for continuation. This is the start of the up move, or still we can be within this down move. Okay, all it depends what we can get from here. If the price can give us a correction here, based on daily chart or forward chart, then we can look for continuation. Okay, now this is the only things we're looking for, but based on daily chart we don't have any confirmation yet. And even if we move to forward chart, all we need to see what we get from here. But based on forward chart also we don't have any trade setup to look for buy. That's why I mentioned whoever get the trade, they have to start to manage it. And even if we move to 1 hour chart, now the question is whether we can put a look at this one as a flat in relative to this, and how we can look for trade. For me, if I want to look for trade, I prefer this one give me one more drop, because I will put this one in relative to this as a flat. Then any reversal from there, I will take the trade. Because if the price give me one more drop, either we can look for the short move flag based on 15 minutes, or we can put our entry above the stop. And our stop loss should be somewhere around below this one, somewhere around 1.14 or 1.13. Okay, but how about if the price continue from here? The only way is to put our entry above this. And what we want the continuation as a short move flag. Sorry, again, I need to highlight what we want to see the continuation as a short move, not the flag. That's mean if we want to put our entry above the stop, we want the price break as a short move and continue. If the price tag we see is not moving within the first or maximum second hours, we take out the trade. But for me, I prefer this one giving me one more drop, because at that time I will put my entry above here. then my stop loss will be somewhere around below this correction. And even if he wants to put our entry above this one, the stop loss should be somewhere below this correction, somewhere around 1.14, 1.13. Okay. By the way, if he wants to look for trade from here, that's mean we're looking for this one as a correction relative to this. We want to see the continuation with the breakout of 1.22. If the price cannot break, we are not going to keep the trade. At least if we want to keep the trade, move our stop loss to break even. Anyway, the only things I wanted to highlight in this analysis, we should manage the trade we get either from here and from here. And in this case, we just follow the chart. If I see any other trade setup from here, I will give an update. But right now, as I mentioned, the best things is if I see one more drop, because at that times we want to see how deep this one can go. All right. In this case, we just follow the chart. If I see any update, I will share. Thanks.